hope everybody enjoyed that great game. Lincoln Sudbury won, Andover nothing. So, a lot of low-scoring contests today, Jimmy. Obviously, coaches trying to get a final look-see at some of their players and fill out their rosters. So, big day for boys and girls hockey across the state of Massachusetts. We're glad to be a part of it. I'll give you a couple of scores that we have in. Waltham and Matignon skated to a 2-2 tie. Walpole upsetting Hingham 1-0. Again, preseason action, but a good win there for Walpole. Duxbury and St. John's Shrewsbury skated to a 2-2 tie. St. Mary's picking up a victory over Malden Catholic 2-1. Again, not a whole lot of scoring here.
That's a bit of an upset.
That is a bit of an upset. Yeah, two good Catholic Conference teams. They'll play each other again throughout the season. Also see each other in the Sereno tournament coming up in a couple of weeks. Hosted by Malden Catholic. Always a great turnout there over in Malden for the former coach Sereno. Springfield Cathedral and Severian, talking about two powerhouses, skated to a 2-2 tie. So again, a couple of happy coaches there after seeing their boys. Marshfield knocking off Reading 1-0. Two good teams there. Norton beating Assabet Valley. We saw all the boys from Norton on here, Jimmy, with you earlier. And
that's a new program, second-year program, right? That's fantastic.
Second-year program, winning that game 3-1. Braintree beating Burlington 1-0. There's a couple of D1 powerhouses. Went very far in the tournament last year. We'll circle those two teams for this upcoming season. No question about it. And as I said, Lincoln Sudbury just winning this last game 1-0 over Andover. On the girls' side, how fun was that having the Chelmsford girls up here? They beat Waltham 4-1, and those three girls were so excitable and just a pleasure to have on air.
Absolutely. That's why this works, because you're actually giving a showcase and an opportunity for young high school athletes to get some recognition, especially the girls, because as everybody knows, let's face it, I don't think the girls get as much attention as the boys. That's not an opinion, that is a fact of high school sports, right, and perhaps even professional sports. But they're certainly getting equal time with us.
They are, and a good lead-in, because next Saturday we'll be right back here at 3 o'clock with the Lincoln Sudbury girls playing Concord Carlisle, and then followed by that will be the 5 o'clock game between Lincoln Sudbury and Concord Carlisle. So that'll be good. If you missed any of the action today, or you were out here playing in some of the action, you want to go home and watch it, all you got to do is go to MyHockeyLive.com and click on the Watch the Games, and right at the top right, and also on the bottom left. So two places to click through. Hopefully everybody enjoyed today's free coverage. Know that a subscription is a nominal fee, right? $10 for a season pass, or a cup of coffee. Depends on where you're buying your coffee, right?
I think I have that on me.
Yeah.
All right, let me just see if I have
you
that
can
on
subscribe now as we're speaking. We had plenty of new subscribers while we've been on air today, throughout the day, and we're excited about that. We want to, of course, thank our sponsors. iSlideUSA.com sponsoring us today. That's iSlideUSA.com. You'll start, if you're not already seeing their ad on the website, you might already be seeing it. They'll be up there. Sullivan Tire, always a huge supporter of high school sports across the state, but high school hockey in particular. Mark Sullivan, part of our team. Excited to have them again in the fold for this season.
How much can Sullivan Tire do for youth sports? It seems like every time you watch any game, there's Paul on the television talking about what they've done for youth baseball or youth hockey. What a great story it is, and how important it is for corporate support of local high school and amateur sporting events, because we all get wrapped up in our pros around here.
Yep.
I get that. Covered them for a long time. But this is sport at its truest, at its best. Would you like me to put my...
And then anybody that wants to advertise, info@myhockeylive.com is the way to get us. So info@myhockeylive.com, and you'll get to speak to Jane Corn, the better part of our team. So Jane's here somewhere, probably trying to secure more sponsors. But again, iSlideUSA.com, Sullivan Tire, and then of course Dr. Peter Drennan, who we had the opportunity to interview during today. His books are out on the table here. The book is 16. It's available right on the website as well, and just a terrific story there, and hopefully Dr. Drennan will join us again in the future.
Yeah, I think he's ready to jump right in and help us out, which is super. I want to give the two kids behind the camera a little bit of plug here. Joe Braverman and Tom Kelly, both high school students from the area. Both have been terrific production assistants. They've shot a lot of video of the other games around in the rink, and I believe Tom Kelly made his not his on-camera debut, but behind-the-camera debut today on one of the. And how'd you do? You okay?
I did fine.
That's good.
Tom did a nice job.
You'll never have to do it for the first time again. You've heard that before, right? You're only going to get better.
At least I got that.
That's right.
Yeah, and sitting right behind them is the brains, Marissa Sullivan, who
Did she know that?
Sullivan at MyHockeyLive.com for the coaches that want their game streamed. Marissa is the contact for that. Certainly you can get us at info@myhockeylive.com, but if you want to get directly to Marissa, it's msullivan at myhockeylive.com. If you want a game streamed, any game, boys or girls, around the state or even in the surrounding states, we're happy to do that. And again, that's info@myhockeylive.com. And
I want to give a shout out to Jamie.
Shout out to Jamie.
He's got to go to a Christmas party with his beautiful wife, Cricket, today. So his priorities are in the right order, let's just say.
Yes,
Okay?
they are. And lucky Jamie, we will say from behind the camera here or whatever.
That's right. And, when it comes to IT, this is the guy you got to go to.
That's right.
So I appreciate that, and we'll look forward to seeing you. And hopefully next Saturday he's going to be part of our team at the Natick-Framingham game.
That's right. So we will have the Natick-Framingham game live as well. So we'll be bringing you 3 games next Saturday. Bringing Jimmy on board was just only a part of what we're trying to do this year. Build out our capacity, have the ability to do 3 games in a night. Maybe
if not more.
If not more. And we're always looking for more talent behind the camera, in front of the camera.
Yes.
So again, anybody that's interested in doing that, contact us. We're very fortunate to have Jimmy Young as a part of the team who can do the mentoring and help, really get these kids well versed on what they need to know. Again, not only in front of the camera, but behind the camera, which is as critical as in front, if not more critical.
And you can debate that, absolutely, because you can actually watch the game without the announcers if you have a videographer. Just for the record, the announcers only enhance the broadcast, as we say. We don't want them to be the entire broadcast. Did you hear that, Jack Edwards? Did you hear that? Because, okay, no, I'm only kidding.
Unless it's Paul McNamara, fully worth the entertainment value. When Paul and I are together, it's nothing but fun up there in the booth. So
I think you guys do have a lot of fun. I think it's also a good time to kind of throw a plug out to the fact that we are going to start producing a talk show for kids called Kids Talk Hockey. You don't know any kids, Tom Kelly, that like to talk hockey, do you? Yeah. And Paul McNamara's son, Mike, I know, has the gift of gab as well. And we'll have a little studio show, a little call-in show, and we might be able to get a certain team in town to help out with this project because it's truly an educational project for young people to learn a little bit more about the television production industry and, more importantly, gain those life communication skills that everybody in broadcasting seems to take for granted. They shouldn't, but I know how to teach them and share some of the knowledge that I've had over the years with others, and I look forward to it in a brand new studio that's 8 minutes from here in Marlborough, which is just a coincidence.
Just a coincidence.
That's
but
right.
No such thing as coincidences. So
that's what they say. It's all coming together.
And,
2015, we're going to be very busy. Let's just say.
Yes. And again, if you need to get in touch with us, you're a coach, and you need to log on to the website to enter your scores or update your rosters or whatever it might be. Again, info@myhockeylive.com. We want all the coaches to be a part of this. As we continue to grow the website, we're excited to be a part of the Garrett Reagan 6th annual here. Garrett, great guy. Had the opportunity to have my son actually play for Garrett for a couple of years before he passed, and Tony Messina taking over for Garrett shortly thereafter, which, it's been a great program. But this is a great tournament for the teams to kind of get things going, see what they have. The full season will start next weekend, which we will very much be a part of, obviously, on Saturday. And I would like to have Paul McNamara come on for a couple of minutes because Paul's been handling a lot of our play-by-play over the years. So Paul,
you're gonna have to you're gonna have to either play reporter with the microphone or
right, I'll
play reporter with the microphone.
I thought you were my escape parachute as always, Paul. What happened? But always
You escape, I escape.
I know.
So when he talks,
Put the microphone in front.
I think Paul and I know how to do this.
And just so Jimmy will know, I do have my jacket. It's just hanging over there. So I am in uniform.
Well, you're right. You got the navy blue and the chinos. We look like a team here, guys. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all.
While Paul and I are the ones giggling in front of the camera all the time, we can't say enough about Pat Serio from Serio Video. Pat's behind the screen here, working hard, producing everything, making sure that everything goes off without a hitch, carrying his equipment through the snow and all that stuff, and eating breakfast with us at Bickford's at 1 a.m.
I'll tell you, Pat, you know, he doesn't say it a lot, but he's got to have a vision and a dream about this too, because he's always there, and he's always here, and he's here today, and he's got more enhanced equipment, more enhanced bells and whistles, but he's got a lot more people helping him too.
He's doing 5 jobs. He's doing 5 jobs. Technical director. He's he's directing, he's producing, and I know that he can produce as well, because we're throwing him videos and he's running them on demand when we want to talk about them, and he's really doing a great job getting this on the air, getting this done.
So maybe we're going to change to MyHockeyLive?
Yeah, MyHockeyLive. Serious though, Paul, you and I have been at this for a couple of years now, and I know we have a lot of jokes up in the booth, but we're passionate about the game, we're passionate about the sport. So when you get, instead of talking about a game, when do you talk about what we're doing?
Yeah, I think it's great. Look, I say it too often, the proof's in the pudding, and to see the people coming around, like Jane was just saying, the way the kids get excited about being on, and the way their parents like to see it, and it's, like we just said, it's not like most of these kids aren't going to be interviewed by people between periods of an NHL game, but it's important that they know how to talk and know how to act, and it's part of growing up, and it's almost, we're educating them, we're offering them an educational opportunity, but really, it's the way the kids see each other. They'll be able to see other games and say, hey, I played with that kid in the summer, and I want to watch his game, or, my parents are away, but they can see the game, and, for a nominal fee to have people involved, I think it's the next step. I mean, a lot of colleges are doing it for what they consider minor sports. They'll put weekday games on live. I know the Patriot League does a number of sports, and for us to have the opportunity to bring high school hockey to people around Massachusetts and beyond, I think it's a great opportunity, and it is a natural next step. So for us to be able to carry on what we've done the last couple of years, and we take it serious, but we know it's a people-to-people business too, and I say business, I don't mean in a money-making, it's a people-to-people sports. High school sports is people-to-people, and to be able to do that and to poke fun at ourselves, but also to be happy that we're bringing some live action to people where they wouldn't be able to see it otherwise, I think that's important.
Right, and especially as we get further into the winter, right? I mean, you and I down in Falmouth last year, and the folks from Beverly certainly stepping up to support us over at Stoneham Arena, and that's what makes it fun, is to see these tweets. My grandparents are watching down in Florida, or my uncle's down in South Carolina who's never seen a hockey game before. That was last year. That was pretty cool.
I think it was, Mark, you had vision by saying the Falmouth tournament. It's school vacation time, and a lot of those fans and other students and parents can't get down to the Cape, so they get to see them. So that was one building block. The other was saying last year, hey, we can do this, and getting some support from a couple of schools to say, yeah, we want our games on. And the more we did it, we said, this can happen. And then when the tournament came, it was just giant serendipity that we had good folks who wanted their games on. And like you said about Beverly was one of 3 or 4 teams that really embraced us, saying, oh my God, you're here, that means it's a big game. And that meant a lot to us, but it meant, okay, we got to work hard and do a good job for these guys, for the people that aren't in the building.
Yeah, and that's what it's about. It's about doing a good job, we're having all the smiling faces. I mean, just to watch the interview there with Natick and the boys cheering after they finished was worth the worth being here today. So
high school kids, for the most part, can be hams. It's okay. We want to help build their confidence. I know that too. In fact, sometimes it gets a little worse.
Into adult years.
Hey, I know you did some of the scores, but I think Brooke gave us all the scores here because she's so efficient.
Yes.
So I'm going to run through them. Is that all right?
Ahead. Absolutely. Yep.
So it was Medway over North Andover 3-2. Wachusett 1-0 over Hanover. Arlington Catholic and BC High played to a 1-1 tie. St. Mary's of Lynn, is that an upset, Paul, with a 2-0 of Malden Catholic?
I don't think it's really an upset. I mean, a lot of these games aren't,
they're scrimmages.
The scrimmages, but, you learn a lot and things happen in the game, and they pulled their goalie, so it was a 1-0 game, and, they took the chance, and it's a good chance to practice that, pulling your goalie. So St. Mary's has got some talent. They were carried a long way last year by an outstanding goaltender who's now playing in prep school, and they don't have him back, but they've got, pretty good replacements. But St. Mary's is a good team. I mean, I don't think that's as big an upset, quote-unquote, as people think. And Malden Catholic, of course, 4-time defending champ. Anybody that beats them in any kind of scrimmage may be construed as an upset, but I think, there's good quality at the top.
Absolutely, and of course Norton, a team that's only been around for 2 years, two seasons, comes in here and beats the Sabbath Valley 3-1.
That's a great story, Norton.
Yeah, Norton's a great story. What a great group of people there, and self-funded program. So
like that.
Yep.
Help the kids out. Chelmsford girls beat the Waltham girls 4-1. Duxbury and St. John's played to a 2-2 tie. Marshfield 1-0 over Reading. Concord Carlisle and Coyle Cassidy. That's a lot of C's, guys.
That is a lot of C's.
That's a lot of C's, all right?
Reminds me of my report card.
That's right. Concord Carlisle and Coyle Cassidy. Coyle Cassidy won that game 4-1. Cathedral over Xaverian 2-0. Braintree 1-0 over Burlington. Waltham beat tied Mattanon 2-2. Natick beat Borica 1-0. Walpole 1-0 over Hingham. And Brockton beat Westford Academy 1-0, while the Algonquin Hudson girls 2 and the Haverhill girls 0. And now I'm getting a wrap.
Yeah, we got to wrap it up and send it back.
Joe says send it back
All right.
over to our play-by-play.
Thanks for joining us, everyone.
You bet.